Hello, welcome to Not Enough MP. I am your host, Nick. With me, I have...
Hi there, I'm John, and I play Ton, your friendly Tonkin gunner.
Hi, my name is Carly, and I'm going to be playing Leandra, the White Mage.
My name is Martin. I play Inst. I'm a black belt pugilist banga.
Hi, my name's Logan. I play M8, the super, always friendly Mandragora.
This day has been crazy so far. Alarm started going off, and Cloud told us that he set off the detonator for the bomb. 30 minutes to escape, that's not much time. On our way back, we noticed that Jess had been stuck in some wires on a pipe. I'm glad M8 and Ince were able to see her before we went past. We got her out. Cloud and Barrett waited at least. They were gonna come back, but saw we had it at least. We got waved the right way through a different door than we came through. That's okay, we didn't need to go back the way we thought we had to. Well, I hope we didn't have to. It turns out that this was the right way. An explosion kinda cut us off from the back as the 30 minutes was up. Felt like it took a lot less time, but I don't know about that. The other members of Avalanche said that they would meet us back at the bar, and Cloud and Barrett were gonna walk us back there as the others headed on. No problem. We came across a flower girl. She was really nice. M8 just loved her. But I noticed one of the flowers in her basket had a white aura. When I picked it, I heard the goddess's voice. She offered either Barrett's or Cloud's ability to either Inst or M8. I had to make the decision. I made the decision that M8 would get the ability, and then he was covered in a white aura that everyone could see. It freaked people out a little bit, but I kind of told them about what the auras were, and we each had our own unique one. After the ability was given to M8, we were kind of thrown out of that portal and back in where we started. And we didn't have much time to think because there were two separate groups being attacked. So we split up. M8 and Inst went after one group that was being attacked by a snake. Ton and I went after the group that was being attacked by a swarm of bugs that were being protected by the Wings of Eden. After we both dispatched of our groups, we met back up, and M8 looked a little sad. He said something about his axe and how one of the vines had wilted and the other one was starting to wilt. He said he had a mission, that he had to go somewhere, put his sack on his back, and turned and started marching off. We can't leave him on his own. We have to go with him.
Was there a rift in the forest that was wilting? Asking Leandra.
I didn't see any rift over there. I just saw that it was the island over there was wilting, and then there's some smoke coming from the forest outside of the town. I mean, we shouldn't separate, but we have to deal with the rifts.
Where were the rifts? Because we wouldn't know where the rifts were, just Leandra would.
Yeah, I relayed the information. It was at the court, and where was the other one again, Nick?
The shrine.
The old shrine.
Oh, the shrine, right. There's a rift at the port and at the shrine, so go to the port with M8 for now?
Yeah, if he's heading to the port, let's go with him, and maybe we can just get him through that to distract him for now.
So the port that M8 is heading towards is actually not the actual port, because he literally strolled up onto the shoreline close to this city on a little rowboat.
Right.
I don't even have paddles. I use my axe.
Little buddy, if we go to the actual port, we could probably get a boat big enough for all of us, and we could all go try to help.
It's obvious I'm listening. I'm sort of turning my head towards them, but I keep walking. M8's distraught.
I'm gonna fly over to M8 and kind of land in front of him and be like, how long did it take you to get across the water last time, M8?
We never actually determined that, actually.
It was a 2-day trip.
It was a 2-day trip? Well,
yeah.
It took me, counting on my fins. I look at one, I look at the other. 2 days.
Sorry, just too cute. Okay, do I know if it would take less time in an actual boat?
You know that if you were to row that boat yourself, judging from the distance, that you could actually probably get there in maybe 10 hours. It's just because M8's so tiny and he gets so easily distracted that it took him way longer than normal.
Oh, but if we got like a boat that could fit all of us,
Like an actual boat
Yeah,
from the port.
like a ferry.
Yeah, that would take you like 10 hours.
So explain that to him, that we can get there a lot faster this way.
Okay, M8, your boat, I'm sure that you rode in on, is very nice, but 2 days? It shouldn't have taken you 2 days. Maybe because you were small and rowing on your own, but if we could get a ferry over there, it should take less than a day, like half a day.
Just Bean kind of walks over to me, walks in front of me, smacks me in the face, just getting me together. I wiggle my head, I look back and I'm like, okay.
So let's head towards the port and see where that goes, alright?
I have like a little frown on my face, but I nod my head.
Okay,
Things go.
let's go.
nice.
Come on, little buddy. We'll get things fixed.
I'm gonna have to.
I love how the mood of the party changes once M8 is the one that gets mad. Once his mood sours, then the whole thing just goes dark.
It's so true. You're the happy little one. We're all just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
So as you guys are heading towards the port, it's actually starting to get dark.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it's a good thing I got dark vision.
Well, as we get closer to the port, what do we see?
Yeah, because there was smoke coming from the port.
Okay, so as you guys get closer to the port, it takes you guys like a good maybe 2-3 hours to get there. So it's
Wow,
about
it's a long time.
yeah, it's on the outskirts of the city, like a little bit distance. It's like a little harbor town, kind of on the outskirts. And so once you guys get there, it's pretty much 8-9 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can kind of see it illuminated in the distance by fire, and you see a kind of a demon-looking creature with 2 big horns and fire protruding from its mouth. And you see a giant purple rift there, and you see him go inside the rift after he has basically just set this place ablaze.
Can Ton shoot him before he gets into the rift?
You can try.
Ah, magic words. Shoot it.
He shoots into it, rift closes.
Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
That's good.
That's only a 15 to hit the touch AC.
No, your bullet actually missed.
And then the rest of my axe wilts. You killed my parents!
That's dark and horrible, but kind of funny.
I
My
don't think
parents
the
are
boat would travel that far.
And my parents are already dying, so I mean, we're already in a dark spot.
Is the rift still open?
The rift is still open.
Well, I guess we don't have much choice. Through the rift we go.
Well, is M8 gonna go through the rift, or is M8 gonna try to head for a boat?
I'm just standing beside Leandra. I'm just doing whatever she says. She's kind of the only one I'm listening to at this point.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of M8 and be like, is there any boats that are still functional here?
You see that there is one boat that doesn't seem to be destroyed. However, you do see, especially Int, because I imagine Int is going to be very keen on this type of thing, there is tons and tons of just dead bodies. Like this city, or this little harbor town, is just littered with all of its citizens. Like they look like they've got tons of burn marks on them, and it doesn't seem like any of them are moving.
No! Ton shot them.
Don shot them.
I did not. You were with me.
Damn D1.
These are burn marks, not bullet marks.
I don't have enough flares to kill this many people with fire.
Yet. We'll get you there.
Yeah, yes.
Now you're encouraging this?
Especially if you're
What is
evil.
wrong with you?
Wait, I'm gonna be kneeling down in front of M8, and I'm gonna be like, we have to make a decision here, and it's going to be a bad one. The decision is, we follow that thing into the rift and try to make sure it doesn't hurt any more innocents, or we go to the island to try to help your parents.
M8 still wipes away the tears from his eyes and just puts his hand out, trying to take Leandra's.
I'll take his hand.
Then M8 will just follow her. M8's mid-age, but he's a child.
Yeah, she can be the one to break his
I
heart.
know. I'm sorry, M8, we have to save other innocent people. I'm sorry that we have to do it this way.
M8 understands the cycle of things. He understands what he needs to do.
The circle of life.
Because, after all, he was told he was the chosen one twice in one day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna repeat it now. We were chosen to try to save this place. We have to go through the rift.
3 times in one day.
Keep count, that's another tick. And I'm gonna walk towards the rift.
I'll just toddle off immediately after behind them.
So as you start heading towards the rift, you guys pass through this into the pretty much the center of the harbor town, and the smell of just burning flesh fills the air, and rot, and burning wood.
Thank God I don't have a
Can I-
nose, otherwise that burning wood would have really set me off.
Oh, can I look around, make a perception check to see if there's anyone alive?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I cannot roll a high perception check today.
I'll do the same.
It's only
I'll look
15.
around too.
Oh,
I go with that's not going so damn far.
25.
I got a 22.
Okay, roll into my book. Thank you.
There you go.
19.
Okay, so everybody but Leandra.
One actually trying to look for alive people.
Yeah, the healer.
Who's almost out of MP right now, okay?
No, we should have took a day.
Yeah, I did offer you guys time to rest. I said it was getting dark. I threw it out there as an option.
That doesn't mean that it's time to rest. That means that you're running behind and need to do things quicker. That's how I read it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Agreed.
That's fair.
There's no saying we can't rest in the rifts though.
Once we go through.
This is true.
How
Well, if we want to.
what's the time seem like
So
for where we are?
It's 8 o'clock, about 8 o'clock at night.
Anyone else can suggest that maybe we should rest first.
So first we're looking
Well, okay,
for...
what do the perception checks do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first of all,
Yeah,
we're
so your perception checks. You guys do see that there is a wounded sailor actually on the ship.
okay. Well, we should deal
Hey,
with that before
Leandra,
resting.
just poke her on the hip because I can't reach up to her shoulder.
Yeah.
Wounded guy on the ship.
I will look at the rift, look at the ship. We should at least see if we can save him before we go into the rift.
And maybe we should rest up. You're looking kind of out of juice, I guess is the way to put it.
Look, I haven't done this much healing and running around in a while. Usually it's not this bad.
Well, to be fair, I haven't full outed my gun for 12 seconds straight in a long time. I think it needs repairs after that. Plus, I'll try to scavenge some parts off this other gun. He's just mumbling about pulling apart the other gun and jury-rigging it to become part of his new gun, his old gun.
Just waiting for you to check on the sailor.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm going to take M8's hand and hand it to Inst, just so he has someone to hang on to still, and then go fly over to the sailor.
My character's just destroyed.
So when you get over to the sailor, you see that he's got like a pretty much a 3rd-degree burn on his left leg, and he's kind of wrapped a wet, damp cloth around it, kind of partially. It's not like fully covering it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he's managed to put a splint around his right arm, which also seems to be broken.
Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna go over and kind of... I'm sure he's probably a little frightened right now, but I'm gonna go over and kind of put up my hands and be like, I'm here to help, are you alright? Well, obviously not, but...
Do you need the healing potion?
I still have a spell or two left.
I've seen better days, young lady. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. And he's like, but I can see that you are with the Wings of Eden, and any help is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna cast a cure spell on him. I still have a little bit left. 7. Yeah, let me just see what my wisdom modifier is. 3. Yeah, 11.
Okay, so that energy flows through him, and you see that the 3rd-degree burns kind of instantly seem to lessen, and pretty much so his leg looks like 100 times better.
Mm-hmm.
But his arm is still in a lot of pain, but he doesn't expect you to fix that.
No.
He looks at you, he's like, thank you so much, you've already done a great deal. I'm the owner of this ship. If there's anything I can ever do for you, just let me know. My name is Sid, and he reaches out his hand.
I'll take his hand, but also I'm gonna do a heal check.
I'll take his hand. Wrong hand. Ah.
He brands it. Take his hand, and I brand it.
A 15 heal check on his broken arm to see if maybe I can set it properly. If he hadn't set it properly.
The splint seems to be doing a pretty good job at keeping everything in place. So as long as it's left be, it should heal in time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll shake his hand and be like, do we want to rest here on the boat or
Well,
nearby?
If he's okay, if he can find, if there's more innocents about, try to get them in one spot and safe, we should go through the rift.
I think we should go through the rift.
He hears Ince say that, and he goes, unfortunately, I'm the only survivor that I can see. That beast that emerged from the rift just slaughtered everybody. Women, children, dogs. It was gruesome.
I thought you were going to say Moogles for some reason.
Muggles!
He even took his time to take
Not the
out the
Moogle.
pottery. As M8 goes, no! Not the pottery. We should probably take a rest because yeah, she's running out of MP.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
am.
I feel something from the rift. I think we need to go through. At least see what's on the other side.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, at least see it's on the other side.
it is fair that
Tell you what, I'll go through first. I'll take a look around, and I'll let you guys know.
That's a good idea, but does your psychicness work through rifts?
we'll find out.
And if
I
you-
was gonna come back out.
I'm just saying, if something happens on the other side of the rift, we can't hear you scream.
That's my flare. He's mumbling in his head as he pulls out his flare gun and loads a flash screecher round into it. 'Cause if this comes flying out, shit went bad.
John goes through the fucking portal. And then next thing you know, a character walks up to us, says hi. John has a new character sheet.
Yes, I am the replacement to Ton. He accidentally died. I have his gun.
I am another Tonberry gunner. It's fine.
I'm his sibling.
It's an allogram.
So you guys heading towards the rift then?
Ton is going to try to go in first because he's got a stealth of 18.
Okay.
A stealth
So
skill
you
of...
start-
I gotta just go over Insta
sorry.
going. Insta has my hand.
Yep, bring it in.
Okay, so that's a 26 on his stealth check as he goes through.
I'm dragging the child into danger.
So as you start walking towards the rift to go inside, Leandra, your pendant starts blinking pretty fast, and you see a green aura shoot out from the forest in the distance where you saw that smoke, and that green aura comes flying towards you and goes into your pendant. And now your pendant has like a small little green aura ball, and it stops blinking.
So now it has a green aura ball?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
So kind of like Bean, just like Bean has that small little ball of yellow aura, your pendant now has a small little green aura.
okay. I'm just gonna blink, look towards the forest, look at the pendant again. Okay.
Somebody just died.
Oh.
Something just happened.
Yeah, something did just happen. So Ton, as soon as you go inside, even with your stealth check, you end up walking into a huge crowd of people. Like, you see people running around, and they all seem to be in the same uniforms, except for a few odd people that seem to be in different uniforms. The uniform is a blue suit, so blue jeans and a blue vest with some dark blue trim around the edges, and the people with the different ones it's a darker blue with a gold trim around them, and those people seem to be directing the other people around. And all of a sudden you come up beside one that is standing there directing these people, and she has blonde hair. It's kind of short, but she has like a small little blonde ponytail kind of poking up at the top back end of her head, and she's got some circular glasses that she's wearing, and she's kind of wearing a skirt and long knee-high boots almost. And she looks down at you as she's directing people around. She's like, okay, you guys, you cover up that end of the school. We gotta protect Blam from Ifrit. We can't allow him to wreak any more havoc. And you need to... Wait, where the fuck did you come from? And she steps back.
Immediately shoots the screecher. Shit's going on.
Oh, shit!
Look, calm down. Look, lady, if I had to explain this every time this happened today, it would be 3 times. And then he was... cutting out, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, repeat that.
And also say the motions that you're doing, because I can see you
Yeah.
bring up your hand.
Yeah, sorry, he puts up his hand. He puts up his hands and goes, whoa, calm down. I don't really have a lot of time to explain it, because if I had to explain it every time this happened today, it would be at least 3 times. Now, if you excuse me for 1 second, I mean you absolutely no harm as he pulls a gun off his hip and fires it behind him, which gives off a ridiculously loud shrieking noise and vanishes somewhere behind him.
She's like, instantly pulls out this whip and is like ready to assault you with it.
So wait, you said if the screw around off something went wrong?
Shit got real.
I don't think I could step out at this point and say, "Excuse me a moment, I'll be right back."
Just toddles over, goes invisible, just gone. Like, what the fuck happened?
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck?
Like I said, I mean you no harm. He puts the gun back on his hip, hands up.
Well,
This is gonna be a long day.
Okay, well, and she kind of like puts her hands to her temples, like stressed. She looks down at you and she goes, well, I guess you are wearing the Blam uniform. And Ton, you notice that the rags that you are wearing have changed into the same blue are wearing the same blue uniform as all the other students.
What race are the other students?
Humes.
Yes, I've been here all along.
I'm a transfer student.
Yes. That's exactly as I'm a transfer student.
We'll skip back to everybody else. So Inst, M8, and Leandra, you see that Shrieker round come flying out of the rift.
Then we're going into the rift, because he said something went wrong, so we have to go help him.
Yeah, I'll look down at M8 and go, are you ready?
I just nod my head.
Bean, let's go. We'll go through.
I will also go through.
So they'll walk into Ton standing there with his hands up, just...
And nonchalantly with my head down, pouting, I also just sort of slowly raise my hands.
So once you guys get through, you see this woman. She's got her whip at her side, and she's kind of just rubbing her temples. And Ton's got his hands up, and you see that Ton is in this blue uniform that is the same as everybody else has, kind of running around and freaking out. And you see the same thing. The people with the gold trims are directing people left, right, and center. You guys also notice that everybody around you that came through that rift with you is all of a sudden wearing that exact same blue uniform, but without the gold trim.
Ton, what's wrong? You sent the screech around.
I panicked.
Ton.
I literally walked into her backside by accident. I am sorry about that, by the way.
I walk slowly up behind Ton and just give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Thank you, little buddy.
I start ripping the sleeves off my uniform because they track my ability to throw
I
punches.
can't punch in these things.
I will look around and then fold my wings against my back so I look more human.
The most uncomfortable.
You're the only human-looking thing in this group. So, anyways, madam, you said something about Ifrit destroying shit?
Yeah. Ifrit he's normally pretty docile. He's been known to run through the fire caverns and test our students before their final exams to make sure that they're ready for the combat and do their seed training. However, all of a sudden, he's just been overcome by some black mist, and he's just been rampaging. He came through the school, attacked, we managed to fight him off, but he went through that rift that you guys just came out of.
You can see the rift?
Yeah.
In which case, I really need to apologize if that bullet hit anybody.
It went through the rift.
Nothing, no bullets hit anybody in here, luckily.
Oh, that's good, because, well, he literally just burnt a town to ash.
You just hear screaming in the background, oh god, he's dead!
You shot the boat! It's sinking!
Why is there a boat in a building?
No, outside the screecher.
It just went out a window. We should probably ask for residents to try to rest up. There's no way we're in shape to fight something that we saw murder a whole harbor.
Where are you hurting all the people?
Right now all of our students are well trained for combat. Right now I'm trying to find one of my primary students who's currently gone missing. He was supposed to be taking his trial exam in the fire cavern today, but we had to hold it off due to Ifrit's current change in personality. So right now we're keeping all wounded students in the infirmary, so if you need to rest up or whatever, the infirmary is the best place to go.
Okay, and which way is that?
She walks you up to this terminal in the middle of the room, and this terminal has in a circular motion a bunch of colors kind of going around it, and she points at the green one and she goes, that's the infirmary. Our school's in the circle, so I'm assuming you guys are new students here, you don't look familiar, but if you go left around the circle you'll find the infirmary. It's the one with the green arrow pointing down the hall.
Thank you.
Ton's is staring at this console, and as much as a Tonkin's eyes can light up, they do. Amy, who's been around for more than 10 minutes, is simply like, no, don't take it apart.
I will take Ton's hand and start leading him down the hallway.
I wasn't gonna, huh?
I'm also going to take a moment and focus to see if there's any auras around us.
Okay. You notice that the lady that has directed you has a white aura.
Okay, good to know. Let's head towards the infirmary for now and at least rest a little bit.
Before you guys are walking away, she's like, wait, before you guys go, my name is Questus. It's nice to meet you. And she actually extends her hand down to M8 first.
She knows.
My head's still down. I take it and shake it. That's like really slowly.
Aww.
She gently shakes it and kind of like pats you on the head. And she reaches in her pocket and pulls out like a little bar and hands it to you.
I also take it and then like go slightly go, thank you.
You're welcome. And she gets up and then shakes the rest of your guys' hands.
I'll shake her hand and say I'm Leandra.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Leandra.
Just shake your hand. I am Ton. Nice to meet you. Sorry about the weirdness.
It's okay, Ton. We see this a bunch of weird creatures all the time. And weird events.
I give her kind of a little bow. Inst.
She bows back to you. Great manners, Inst. I see that you have a strong code about you.
And a strong right arm.
What you do in your free time is completely...
Haven't had time for that. We've been too busy.
If you have any questions, you can find me upstairs. And she points to the elevator in the middle of the room. The classrooms are on the second floor. I am one of the instructors.
Alright, thank you for your help.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And she goes to the elevator.
Just gonna start toddling the direction she said towards the infirmary.
Yeah, we're all gonna start heading towards the infirmary.
Okay, so as you guys are heading over there, I see a bunch of students kind of rushing around you and everything. And you go down the hallway, and you open up into like this huge, giant, like kind of hospital-looking room. And you see a female doctor. She's a little on the heavier side. She's got her hair. She's got black hair and it's kind of up in a ponytail. And she welcomes you. It's like, oh, more students. I'm guessing you got it or caught up in the fight that happened before. Please, quickly, come get some rest. And she opens up a curtain and you see 4 beds there.
Oh, that's convenient. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. It has been a long, weird, very, very weird day.
Leandra's gonna move in and like flop down on one of the beds.
I just drop my sack next to one of the beds. Bean jumps up on at the end of it. M8 jumps up on the top of it. And he kind of just nuzzles down with Bean. Just doesn't say a word.
Aww.
Aww.
So sorry, M8.
I'll see.
I am Dr. Katawaki, so if you need anything, just please call my name.
I'll see if there's anything I can do. I don't really need to rest yet, so anything I can do to help around the school?
If you want to go and make sure that the front entrance is well protected, I mean, if you're in fighting shape, then making sure that you're there supporting the other students to make sure that that thing doesn't come back would be greatly appreciated.
I'll go do that.
I suppose I shouldn't leave him alone, should I?
It's up to you. I think he can probably take care of himself.
Ants, do you need help?
No, you should get some rest. You've been shot a couple of times.
Alright, 3.
Looks at his shoulder.
In the same spot!
I just remembered.
You should put a little armor plate on your shoulder.
Then I'll just go to the other one!
It shoots the armor plating and then it like bounces off and hits him in the chin.
My face!
I used to be an adventurer like you that I took a bullet to the knee.
Do you have knees?
Little ones.
So we'll cut to Inst as he goes off on his own. So once you get to the entrance of the school, or actually on your way to the entrance of the school, another girl, a slender girl with hair that seems to part down the sides, and it's kind of short, and it curls up on the sides of either side of her head. And there also seems to be a small part in the back of her head that seems to curl up as well. She comes like running, and she kind of slams right into you and falls down.
Just kind of stare at her with kind of a quizzical look.
She's like, I'm so sorry. I should be really more careful. And she like gets herself up.
As you menacingly whisper, attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Where were you headed?
I was trying to get to the classrooms, but I'm kind of new here. Actually, I think class might be done now. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm a new student here. I just transferred, and the school is way bigger than mine is, and it's so confusing. Would you mind showing me around?
Yeah. Hey, you want to do like 20 perception checks and see if you can navigate the school for your first time?
Good luck with that. tell her that there's a map back in the I don't know what room it was. Back down that hallway to the center. I don't know. There was a map back there somewhere. I'm new here as well.
Would you mind showing me? Oh, okay. She kind of like slouches a bit. Well, maybe we can find it together.
Hi everyone, this is Carly and I'll be hosting Friendship Corner today. Let me tell you about how I met the others. Nick I have known from childhood. He used to live across the street from me. We would play games and get into so much trouble. We've always been close. When he put out the idea of starting a podcast, I had to be in it. I had not really listened to any podcasts beforehand, but I've started since. Martin Logan I've only met recently through this podcast. We had a few practice sessions before starting, and I'm normally a shy person, but I've found that these two are easy to get along with, and we really work well together. John and I met in post-secondary 10 years ago, and from the start we got along really well, and have been together ever since. I chose to play the White Mage because I know the importance of a healer. I've always loved playing D&D and Pathfinder, but I've not really gotten into it until recently, when John's group had invited me to play 10 years ago. I've never looked back, and have been playing ever since. I do have a YouTube channel, but I've not uploaded anything in about a year. It's Sweet Little Bee, and most of the videos are Binding of Isaac, with a few duck game videos. I am planning on uploading again soon, but I say that, but it's been a year. If you'd like to ask us any questions, you can find us at mpenough on Twitter, or you can email us at notenoughmp@gmail.com. If you would like to guest star, please make sure to email us. If you have any fan art or would like to tell us about your favorite part of the session so far, please send us a tweet or an email. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time I will take from you for now. Let's return to the podcast and see what trouble we can get into.
Great, I gotta hold another hand.
Oh. Still apple pie vodka.
Alright, I'll bring her with me and we'll try to go back to that initial room that we came through.
Okay. She ends up like walking up to you, and she actually puts her arm under yours and kind of wraps her arm around you, or around your arm, and she slowly walks beside you.
Aww.
You give like a flex.
Yeah. Give her the gun show. Yeah.
I'm from Trabia Garden. Where did you transfer here from?
Somewhere else.
Oh, that's kind of mysterious.
Worst person to do role-playing by himself, the one that talks the littlest.
Yeah.
Vince doesn't talk much.
Hey, but now's your time to shine.
Yeah.
We're trying to give you some spotlight here, Martin.
Shit.
You brought this upon yourself.
I just wanted to fight.
I just see this Benga rolling his eyes, ears kind of flopping side to side as he does a full head roll with it.
Every time you say something, you have to roll 1d6 of embarrassment damage.
Dignity damage.
Well, since you don't want to tell me what school you came from, why did you transfer here?
We followed someone from another place to here.
You might know him. His name's Ephraim.
I'm not used to all this talking.
Oh.
It's not my thing.
You have a lady on your side, be like, I don't know how to handle this.
I need an adult.
Why is she talking to me?
And says all macho until the women come in.
So you say you transferred here with some other students? They must be your friends?
In a way, we're a clan.
In a way.
Oh. Well, how'd you meet them?
Through a series of events.
Unfortunate events.
Well, that sounds more sane than saying, well, you see, a goddess pulled us aside and told us we're the chosen ones.
I'm going to try to bring her to the hospital and kind of pawn her off to somebody there.
Okay, so you guys see Ince kind of like walk in with this girl attached to his arm, and she's just like yammering away.
I'm silently mouthing, "Help me." help me.
Yeah.
But because you have like a snout and everything, help me doesn't come off very well.
It doesn't come across very well, no.
Your mouth is kind of just opening up and down.
I'm going to bring her to M8 and say, this is my comrade M8.
I shrug and kind of just nuzzle into the corner, still sleeping.
I'd appreciate it if you looked after him while he rested.
Oh,
Quickly run away.
I thought you were giving me a tour of the school. Okay. I'm as you're like running away, she's like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not prepared to take over for this type
As I
of
hear him,
thing.
you're like, where's the men's washroom? Somewhere where women can't go.
So as she's doing that, she'll hear this voice in her head saying, "Oh, don't worry, he's just sleeping. He'll be fine."
Okay.
Is that you, God?
She's like yeah. She's like looking around trying to figure out where that noise came from.
I will have the bed the next bed over from MH, just working on a gun.
Doesn't know that it came from you, though.
Nope.
Just I'll just look up, tilt my head. Name's Ton. Nice to meet you. And go back to working.
Oh, that was you. I'm sorry. I'm lost here. I can clearly make it. This is the farm or the
Infirmary.
infirmary. Thank you.
I believe in you.
And she like kind of looks over at Leandra. Would you be able to give me a tour?
I don't know if I can give you a tour, but I can at least lead you to I assume the information booth, which might be able to help you better.
I think that would be a good idea. Don't you need your rest?
Before I'm totally out of
I'll
sight.
take her.
Before I'm totally out of sight, I give Ton the two guns, the kind of I owe you one symbol.
Actually, my friend, Comrade Ton, offered to take you.
Comrade
That's all right
Ton,
with
oh
you.
yeah. Give him a
Comrade
beret and everything.
Ton.
Yeah, sure. And she walks over to Ton and like kind of picks him up under the. So both her hands kind of go up underneath his armpits, wrap around his chest, and she like lifts him up into her chest and like pretty much goes skipping down the hall with him
Fun time.
with him in her arms.
Don't let any of those pieces go missing.
Thank you.
Yay. I'm gonna get up, go over to his bed, take the whole sheet with all his pieces on it, bundle it up, go back to my bed.
In one session, both the small characters have been women handled and run out of rooms with.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it the whole time.
So I'll take the time to just talk her through as she's skipping down the halls with me in her arms. You want to turn right here. There's in that room. There's the terminal.
Okay. And she like quickly turns like without even and just like sprints down that way.
Okay, the terminal's right over here.
Oh, okay. And then she like goes up to the terminal. She's like, "Oh, this is a fascinating machine. Would you mind showing me how it works and where all these rooms are?"
Give me a moment.
No, I can't.
I just broke the machine.
Give me another moment here. I'm sorry. This is different from my systems back from where I'm from. Got to.
Do you keep rolling it off the table or something?
Yeah. Okay, so that's an 18 knowledge technology.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and then I'm just gonna send it to you there, Ton.
Okay, so taking a look at that, Ton will just go, okay, so if you touch here, that'll show you where the cafeteria is, and it'll walk her through working the terminal.
Awesome. So what is this room here? And she points at the light pink one.
The light pink one is the quad. The hell is the quad? I'm not gonna lie to you. Where I'm from doesn't have a thing called a quad, not unless you're a certain species, anyways. Well, if it's anything like the training centers I went in, mostly you practice your marksmanship, your fighting, and that sort of stuff.
Oh, that'd be convenient.
Mind you, the last time I was in the training center, I forgot to load the training ammo. Got in trouble for that one.
Oh, that sounds like a inconvenience.
Well, thankfully healers are a thing.
Well, thank you, Ton. You were a great help to me. Way better than your other friend who just kind of ditched me in an area I've never been before.
Don't be too hard on Inst. He's socially awkward.
Oh, okay. She takes you back to the infirmary and gently places you down on your bed. Thank you for your help, Ton. My name is Sylph. It's been great to meet you.
Good to meet you, Sylph. You have a good day now.
Thanks, you too. And she goes skipping off.
So I learned how to run the thing.
I'll half open my eyes and like offer you your bundle of sheets.
Oh, thank you.
As we all chant, Todd's got a girlfriend.
How would that even work?
It
She doesn't even have one of those.
You know what, Ton? I'm too tired for this.
We don't need to think about this.
I don't need to have dreams about this.
Never mind. No, not gonna say it. Our listeners do not need to hear that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go down this avenue.
So the night rolls over. Nothing happens while you're guarding. Their inn seems to be pretty quiet. All the other guards that are up in that area seem to not socialize with you. They also seem pretty conservative. So lucky for you.
Excellent.
No one else has to talk to you.
Good.
The way I talk is with my fists.
Yep. About halfway through the night, I'll head back to the infirmary, though, and get some rest.
Perfect. So the next morning, that the girl with the glasses actually comes up and starts poking at Leandra.
I'll put a wing over my face and be like, what?
I don't want to go to school, Mom.
I'm sorry to bother you. And she kind of tilts her head so it's kind of lined up with your face.
I'll open my eyes and be like, yes, what is it?
That student I told you guys about yesterday, he still hasn't returned. I'm kind of concerned.
Oh, and why are you mentioning it to me?
Well, out of all the students that are currently here, all the ones that are fighting fit are currently stationed. You and your friends are kind of the only students that haven't been stationed. I was kind of hoping that maybe you guys could go looking for him.
Oh, yeah, we guess we could do that. Where was he last seen?
He was supposed to be stationed at the entrance of the garden, but like I said, he was supposed to go to the fire caverns for his training today. I'm kind of afraid that he might have tried to go in and take on Ifrit himself.
Did he know that the training was cancelled? Did anyone tell him?
Yes, I told him multiple times, and he insisted that he could go and that he would be able to handle it. And as many times as I told him that he would not be able to handle it, he insisted that he needed to go.
Okay, then he's definitely in the caverns.
Sounds like a certain blonde-haired idiot.
Does this person have spiky hair by any chance?
No, he has kind of droopy black hair. He wears tight leather clothing. He has a leather vest with some white fur around the collar.
Oh, great. It's an emo.
An emu?
Yeah, okay. Give us
Fucking
a few
emus.
minutes to get...
Fucking emus. Sorry, give me a second.
It's a fucking emu!
Sorry, that just caught me right the fuck off guard. Oh, God, you're brilliant.
Just give us a few minutes and we'll head towards the training grounds, or whatever it was, the cavern? Sorry,
Yeah,
cavern.
90s training montage. Why is everything on fire? What do you mean it's been 3 days?
Okay, so she's only woke you up.
Oh, okay. I'll get up and I'll look around, see everyone else is sleeping, and I'll be like, man.
Ton's not. He's literally laying on his back. He did throw in that comment, it sounds like a certain yellow-haired idiot.
Yeah. Well, I see you're awake, Ton. I feel bad about waking up M8. I mean...
I'm not, and then gets up and just kind of hops off.
Hey, Ernst.
Yep.
Yep, buddy.
Is she gone?
Yep.
Excellent.
She was the person that we were introduced to yesterday. It wasn't the person that you came skipping in with.
No, the other one. As long
Yeah,
as
I
she's
think
gone.
he's talking about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's gone for now. She dropped me off sometime last night.
I can only imagine if this was ever animated or anything like that, you can just sort of see her head pop up in every shoot.
Yeah.
She's there at all times.
We need fan order of that now.
Yeah.
No matter where we
Sophie's
are.
face in the background.
It's not she's underneath its bed.
No matter which rift we're in, we're out of this rift in a different world entirely, and there's just this face in the background.
Swinging from the trees.
So, I guess you're all awake, so we're gonna go head to the cave now.
Okay.
Cool. Do you know where the cave is?
Ton?
And, yeah, not offhand. Let's go back to that terminal thing. I can figure it out from there. Gets up.
Well, can't we just ask her? Did she go already?
She left.
Oh.
Is the nurse here? Doctor...
The doctor. Yeah, she's there. She's call her name if you needed help.
I can't remember her name.
Guess we can't get help.
I'll just call out her... In character, he would remember her name, so he's going to call out her name in a 30-foot radius around him.
Her name's Katawaki.
Katawaki!
She comes, like, strolling in. She's like, you called? Like, almost instantly, like, she just magically appeared there.
You're just, like,
Wow.
waiting outside the curtain, waiting?
Anyways.
Yeah, it's a special talent.
It's interesting. Would you happen to know where the entrance to the fire caves are? We're new here.
No idea. I just hang out at the infirmary. They bring the wounded to me. I don't go to them.
Is anyone burned?
Typical doctor doesn't make house calls.
Yeah, nope. What was your question, Leandra?
Is anyone in the infirmary right now burned?
Yes. There's quite a few people covered
With
in
whatever's left of your finger, can you please point us to the fire cave?
A lot of them seem unconscious. A lot of the people were wounded from Ifrit attacking the school, not from them going to the fire cavern.
Alright,
Yeah,
let's
but
go
they're
to the
students, so they should know where the cavern is.
They usually go there with the instructors, and the instructor usually leads the way.
So now we gotta go out to this stupid classrooms to meet up with the glasses lady to find out where the hell we're supposed to go from here. And as he's saying this, he's finishing jamming the last few bullets into a clip, slapping it into his gun, pulling back the lever, and turning on his safety again. In the middle of an infirmary.
Look,
Okay.
you're behind a curtain. It's probably fine.
And you guys are bugging me about my strong right arm. Sounds a little...
Why only the right? You know what? I don't even want to know. Let's just go to the classrooms.
Okay, so once you guys head down the hallway and towards the classroom, so you get to where the elevator is, and you see that terminal. And as you get to the terminal, you see that a familiar girl kind of leaning down and looking at it. She's got curly hair, and she turns and goes, "Oh, Ton, it's you!" And she comes skipping over and picks you up.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm good. It's so... it's so great to see you. How'd you sleep?
I slept pretty well. We've been assigned though, so we should really get going. Unfortunately,
Oh, okay. She kind of like glances over at Inst and kind of gives him a dirty stare. And she's like, how about I just take you to the classrooms? I'm already heading there anyways.
How did you know we were going to the classroom?
And how dirty was the stair?
Well, pretty dirty.
Oh, darn.
oh no.
Well, I heard you guys talking about it. I walked past the infirmary earlier today and heard you guys talking.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Stop.
Alright, I guess that works.
So yeah, she like carries you into the elevator and takes you up to the second floor, and then carries you to the classroom and walks you up to the instructor Trep. And she holds you up to Quistis's face, and she's like, "Hey Quistis, Ton here wants to talk to you." Like your nose is like almost touching her nose.
So, hi again. Awkward again. Man, this is a recurring theme, isn't it? Anyways, fire caverns. How do we get there?
Oh, how silly of me to not tell you. And like she like slowly pulls her head back and like kind of puts her hand on your chest and like pushes you back into her arms. It's just like, sorry, they're just southeast of the school.
Alright, main gate, go southeast. Gotcha.
Yes.
And it's obviously far too dangerous. It's obviously far too dangerous for this new recruit to come with us, so take good care of her.
As you like finish saying that, she has already put you down. You already see her skipping out the door.
Or she can have the attention span of a drunken
Why does
noble.
she sound like Iris from 15? Fucking, like, just picking up Ton like a stuffed animal.
I was honestly
Because
thinking of asking if we could ever Ton back.
Alright.
She annoys me.
Sylphie's a very go-lucky character. Like, if you've played Final Fantasy VIII, she is overly happy.
Yeah.
She really is.
Mm-hmm.
Ton doesn't quite know how to deal with her. He just read the fact that she was kind of upset and went with that. The opposite direction of what he figured instead.
What a great time for Mate to become depressed so there's not too much joy.
Yeah.
We'll get him back there, don't worry. We'll get him to shake lots of people's hands.
After he cuts Ifrit's head off. Let's go with some pent-up anger.
Well, now that we have the information, we're gonna head down towards the front gate.
Before we leave, can Mate ask if there's an armory around? If we're gonna take this down, I'm gonna need a bigger one of these, if you wouldn't mind. And I show her my axe.
Most of our students come here pre-armed. We don't actually assign them their weapons. We want to make sure that they're proficient in things that they have been trained with their entire lives before coming to the academy.
And then my hand slowly raises down, and I just start dragging my axe across the ground while walking away.
Well, if there's students that have been hurt, they shouldn't be using their weapons right now. Should be able to give us one.
You'd have to go down to the infirmary for that. Usually, most of the students keep their stuff on them.
All right, back to the infirmary then.
I'm
Jesus,
totally not
these
trying to
people.
get a better weapon.
It's okay, little buddy. We'll find you something. I promise.
What's wrong with the one that you have?
At this
I don't
point-
know if you can wield one that's bigger.
At this point, M8 doesn't want to touch his axe.
Alright, let's go to the infirmary, see if we can borrow anybody's weapon.
Oh yeah, I'm throwing this
You
whole
guys get to the
depression thing in
infirmary.
that fucking fifth gear.
You guys get to the infirmary, and Dr. Ketawaki kind of tilts her head at you. So, well, what brings you guys back?
Well, our little friend here is having a bit of trouble, and he was hoping one of the injured students could lend him a weapon for the time being. Seems to specialize in axes.
Hitting stuff.
I think we have some axes around here. So she goes rummaging into like this giant closet. You hear a bunch of rustling of sounds. And she comes out with an axe that's big enough for a small creature, and she bends down and gives it to you.
Whoa.
It's a masterwork axe.
Whoa. That's what you get when you ask for things, people. Yeah. I get a whole +1. And also,
Tier to hit.
also get a, what's it called? And now I don't have to use my symbolism act. Yay. Okay, well, you guys can continue. I'm just writing this shit
So
down.
let's head to the cavern.
Okay, so once you guys get outside and start walking towards the cavern, you start feeling that sensation you were feeling before. It's starting to get stronger as you're getting closer.
It's not that girl again, is it? It's not that feeling of disgust.
Is it a strong vibration?
No. No.
Okay, good.
So yeah, once you guys get to the cavern, you feel like a really strong heat kind of bursting out of it. You kind of see pools of lava kind of scattered about these rocky paths. And at the entrance, you see a man propped up against the side. He's wearing all black clothing with a white fluffy collar, and he's got black hair kind of drooped down over his face as his head's kind of slumped over. Leandra, your pendant is blinking.
I will focus on him.
He is radiating a white aura.
Hey, I think we found the person we're looking for.
Oh, we found the emo.
The emu?
Fuck that emu.
Okay, well, job done. Whew, that was, I know that's not all we have to do.
I don't know what I was expecting with a name like the Fire Caverns, but y'all realize I'm a fish person,
That's what I
right?
was wondering. How are you going to be okay in this? Do we need to water you down every couple of minutes or what?
Nah, I'll be fine.
It's also
It's
a plant thing.
We can just
I'll be fine. It's just gonna be gross.
we can just pee on the plant thing. It should help him.
No, we will create water on both of them if they need it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd prefer you didn't create water on me. Water like ammo doesn't fire.
Don't know how we're gonna go through here without being burned very easily.
Well, let's go talk to whatever the hell this guy's name is.
We'll call him Emu. That's fine.
Hey, Emu!
He does not respond.
I'll go over and I'll do a heal check because I'm guessing he's at least unconscious. It is a nat 20 heal check.
He's not unconscious. He's kind of asleep from heat exhaustion.
I throw a pebble at him because I'm fed up. I throw a pebble.
A pebble? So the pebble, make a strength check.
Strength check? Okay, that'd be a 21.
So you hit him with it, and he takes 1 point of non-lethal damage. He instantly kind of jolts up a little bit, but you see like some big bags under his eyes, and he kind of stumbles to his feet. He kind of looks at you, and looks at Leandra, who's standing pretty close to him, since she did a heal check, and he just kind of lifts up his blade, and you see Ton especially is going to like this. It looks like a sword, but you can see that it has a gun trigger on it, and it has a revolver
So is that
round
like
on
Hallelujah music playing in his eyes right now, just going hard, 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 day, oh, 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 oh.
That's an interesting weapon. Seems redundant, but interesting. As I go toddling forward. Since he raised his blade, though, I am going to train the assault rifle on him.
When he raised it, he just raised it to rest it on his shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as it hits his shoulder, I'll lower the gun again.
Okay, he looks down at you and he just slowly starts walking deeper into the cavern.
So you're just gonna go back in after you got heat exhaustion and passed out on the front door.
And got dinged by a pebble.
He just ignores you and keeps going.
I gotta create water on him.
Okay. As soon as he gets like hit with the water, he just kind of like jolts around at you and he's like, "What the hell?"
You looked like you needed some water. I'll create water, I don't have anything to put water in. I was gonna offer him a glass of water, but I'll rummage through my pack and get a glass and create water in it and hold it out to him. You have heat exhaustion. Drink some water.
Kind of, whatever. And he takes it and drinks it.
I'll create water again and give it to him again.
Nemo. Whatever, Mom.
And then he drinks it one last time, and then he gives you back the glass, and then he starts walking.
And then we
You're gonna die.
bloat him. Keep giving him water.
Like, Tom just straight up calls up behind him, "You're going to die."
He doesn't seem to respond.
Okay, first of all, we were asked to come and find you. What are you doing here, and why aren't you back at the school?
Be cool.
I need to finish my exam, and it's none of your business.
Well, your exam was cancelled, so yes, it is our business since we were sent here to find you.
Well, if you want to get me out of here alive, better come along.
No, there's a few options here. We could knock you unconscious, drag you back.
As I raise
You
pebbles.
could come back willingly.
I can take him out of the knee as the loud clack of him snapping a bolt into the chamber echoes out.
Ton, I don't think lethal damage is the answer here.
Oh,
I mean, we could just wait for another 5 minutes, he'll clap some heat exhaustion again, and then we could drag him back.
Are we about to murder a main character?
You see him kind of go around a corner and out of sight.
Okay, it seems like every, I'm sorry to say it, pro-tag-haired idiot we run across is an idiot.
I don't have ears and I listen better.
Exactly. He's starting to toddle after him, mumbling and grumbling about every idiot they've run into so far. I'm big and tough. I need to finish my exam. I'm going to die in a nowhere freaking pit of fire.
Well, our mission is to, the moment, is A, defeat Ifrit, I guess, and B, get his ass out of here.
Freaking emus.
Yeah, I know. Alright, let's go follow Emu. Come on, guys.
Defeating Ifrit or decapitating him? Which one were we doing again?
I'm not
It's the
sure
same thing.
yet. Let's see if...
To be determined.
To be determined, let's see if we turn around the corner if he's collapsed again or not. We'll go from there.
They use rage power stance, get a crit, decapitation it is.
So as you guys go deeper in and turn the corner, everybody needs to make a fortitude save except for Int.
Except for... I love how you are ready with your dice.
I was ready
like,
with the dice.
And then you're like... Oh. 14.
15.
14.
5.
Better create water
14
on
and 5.
Yep.
So Ton, you're going to take 2 points of non-lethal damage as the heat exhaustion starting to take effect on you.
Fish person doesn't belong in this stupid hole.
Yeah.
So is this just from like it just being too hot in here?
Yeah, it's getting like hotter and hotter the deeper you guys are going in.
And it doesn't seem like Inst is affected by it?
Nope.
Okay. I will then use 3 spells of Endure Elements on me, on NEMP, and on Ton.
What about
Okay.
Bean?
That
Did
is...
you roll a
Oh, yeah,
fortitude
no, I
save
forgot
for
I,
Bean?
I forgot that, is it... Would the heat exhaustion count as if, what's it called? A fire attack?
No.
No? Aww. And what save was it, sorry?
Fortitude.
Okay. If it was fortitude, save for...
Man, I'm gonna spend 4 of my, castings of the day right here.
Fuck, what's Bean's fortitude again? I think right now at level 2 for familiars, it's 2 on each one, so I think I got 13 on Bean.
Bean is going to take 3 points of non-lethal damage.
At this point, unless it's lethal damage, I have no idea what his health is.
Just mark 3 damage for now then. Non-lethal, if I heal him for some reason, I can heal off the non-lethal with the lethal.
Bean at this point is kind of a bit of a tricky situation.
I guess I'm using 4 of my 8 MP right now for Endure Elements. Unless for some reason we have something else that I can use, but I don't think so.
So once you guys continue on, you still see him, and he seems to just keep going deeper and deeper in, and it comes up to a branched off three-way. One of the ways going to the right and the way going to the left come to a dead end. On the one to the left, you see a shimmering bag just kind of sitting there, and then on the other side, you see these red streams of light kind of swirling around in a circle.
I see this, or we all see it?
You all see it.
What's he doing?
He's walking straight. He's ignoring those two things.
Or he doesn't see them.
Yeah, or he doesn't.
Bag's not very far, right?
Fucking
Nope.
emus only
I'm gonna
has
go to
straight
the
light
bag.
vision.
I'll go with you in case something goes wrong.
Sorry, which ones were you guys
Okay.
going to?
The bag.
I'm gonna go check out the lights.
Yeah, I just follow Inst.
We'll go check out the lights.
So once you guys get to the bag, you open up the bag and you see a vial with some blue liquid in it inside the bag.
Can I spellcraft it?
Yep.
20.
It's Listerine.
Not natural.
It's an ether, so it will restore 6 MP.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna use it right now.
Well, you're the only one in the party with MP, so you hold on to that.
Oh good, I wish we could get some more of these.
Inst and M8, what are you doing when you guys get to the glowing orb like thing?
Smack it.
Well, we're gonna look to see if is it like sitting on something. Is it?
Nope, it's just like these red streams of light that are just kind of swirling around in a ball, kind of hovering there.
I'll touch it.
Okay, so as soon as you touch it, those streams kind of go flowing into your arm, and you can now cast the fire spell twice.
Ooh.
Jason, that was probably
That was
better
a
off
waste.
with him. I mean, it wouldn't have been much better on me. I was always trying to figure out why I don't have a fire resistance on my page. It's because I took thick bark for my racial trait, or my alternate racial trait.
Dick bark.
Thick bark.
Oh, thick bark.
Yeah, that's why my character's skin's slightly darker.
Dick bark.
So now instead of red light swirling around in a ball, you see the red has pretty much left it, and it's now just like white light kind of floating around in a circle.
White light.
Drained it. Can we take it with us anyway?
No, it like you can try lifting it, but when you try to lift it, your hands just kind of go through it.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess we leave it there.
Can I try to eat it?
You try to eat it.
Your head just goes through it.
Let's go find the emu.
Stinking emus.
Can we still see him down the hallway?
He's kind of once again went out of sight and went around another corner.
Bean was supposed to watch where he went.
You just hear Bean do a loud pitched whistle. I just start walking towards Bean. Bean's noise.
Oh, we'll follow after. There's only one way you can be going anyways.
So once you guys follow forward, you guys emerge into this giant stone circle that seems to be in the middle of all this lava with this small narrow stone path leading up to it. And in the middle of the stone circle ground, I guess, it has a small dip in the middle. And as soon as the black-haired guy gets up there, or the emu, he has his sword ready, and you see this fiery demon-looking thing with long black horns and a humanoid shape emerge from the center spot of the fire, and you see his eyes are purple, and you see fire pouring from his mouth and fire going around his hands and his feet, and your pendant is going crazy, Leandra.
I will focus on the thing in front of me.
So it is radiating a massive purple aura, and also you see in the corner of the room there seems to be a gemstone, and that's radiating a white aura.
How far away is it?
It's behind the creature.
And how far is that?
uh,
Could I go around the creature to it?
you could fly around the creature to get to it. The guy with the black hair is about 20 feet away from the creature, and you guys are about 30 feet away from him.
Okay. So there's enough room that I could go behind the creature without provoking and go to the gem.
Yes, there would be a way. She could if she float. Like, you can fly above the lava, right? So there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Yeah, I can fly.
But before that, I would say normally it would be roll for initiative, but I think we will call it there.
Okay.
That's a good spot to stop right before a boss fight.
Just table talk, because this doesn't have to be added. Can this please be called the good, the bad, and the emu?
The good, the bad, and the emu.
When I edit this episode, if I remember, yes.
I'm going to text that to you right fucking now.